I've literally just put your channel on, and I heard the.
So good evening, everybody. Good evening. So welcome to episode 22 of Streamer in the Spotlight. And finally, we have a Facebook gamer on with us. So we'd like to welcome OldmanGaming. Steve-O, thank you so much for joining us, mate. Really appreciate you giving up your time. And as always, guys, we have our lovely co-host. So we have that commentator guy is back today. We have the lovely Luna still here. And we have Pink Ninja Bunny. So just another shout out as well to G5. Thank you so much for filling in last week. Really appreciate that, mate. But so, guys, today we are going to ask OldmanGaming as many questions as we can. So, Steve-O, how you feeling, mate? How are you?
Nervous, mate. I don't know how bad you're going to grill me. You know what
I mean? We're nice, really.
We'll be firm but gentle.
Okay.
That's way.
As long as you're gentle.
Just going to encourage anybody in chat, guys, at any point you've got any questions, please ask them. If it's outside our current structure, we will put a pin in it and we will ask it later on. But if you obviously please ask, we want you to be as interactive as possible. So we're going to kickstart the show. So Taylor's going to ask the first question, and away we go, guys.
Yeah. All right. Well, welcome to this show, Steve-O. So,
thank you for having me.
Question first of all is, what got you into streaming?
What got me streaming? All right, it's going to be a long one, I'm afraid. I've always been gaming for years. You know what I mean? Since like Age of Empires and things like that. You know. So, and I've always built my own computers. I learned from a very good friend of mine, Bob the Random. I think you guys know him. I learned a lot of stuff from him and a friend of mine called Fabster. And this one particular time, the gaming has always been my downtime. You know, I work a lot of hours. I work in a very busy shop. So my downtime was always gaming. Go and play a stressful game to chill out. I know, right? But I had this issue. When the 1080 Ti graphics cards come out, I bought one and I had nothing but issues with it. And I sent it back, and I was going like a month at a time without any sort of release of gaming because I had no PC. My PC wasn't. I couldn't use it. Right. So I found Twitch, and I found two particular streamers I was very, very fond of, who I really grew to like. Am I allowed to mention them?
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
one was Sluggero. He used to play a lot of PUBG because that's the time when PUBG was around, and he used to wear all this camo and stuff. And that. He was a very funny guy, and he was singing, an amazing singer. And the other one is Miles Away. Again, I watched those guys for ages, and they broke up my time, what I was missing with gaming. So I spent a lot of time interacting with them, and I felt, you know what, they've helped me. You know what I mean? They've helped me through. I know it sounds daft. You know what I mean? I don't think people realize that gaming is a very good release of stress. It causes stress as well, especially Call of Duty. But it was something that really helped me all the time I was without my computer. And then what happened? The company sent my graphics card back, and I put it in the computer. It worked for a week, and I had the same issue. So I had another 28 days without gaming. So it just went on and on. You know what I mean? Games were crashing all the time, and eventually they gave me it back, and I eventually got working. And I thought, you know what? I wouldn't mind having a go. These guys helped me. I wonder if there are people out there I can help, and if I can make someone laugh at the end of the day. That's what it's all about. It's a hobby for me. Streaming is not my main job. You know what I mean? It's not something I want to get into as a main job. But the fact of the matter is, if there's somebody out there who's gone, I'm going to do one over there, and I can make them laugh or give them a giggle, I've done my bit. You know what I mean? Because that's what these streamers did for me. They helped me pass time what I was struggling with. You know what I mean? So
I'm sorry, I get
So-
distracted by
I love
that.
that. I love that.
he's flashing in and out. Yeah, so that's pretty much how I got into streaming, was
that.
because two particular streamers really helped me when I had no computer, and streaming literally was my thing. Gaming was my thing. You know what I mean?
I love
So-
that. Love that.
So
I
that's
do
kind of how I
have
got in.
got some points to make here, Steve. Though we've got a few people in chat already asking you. So a few people are asking. So we've got Leon here who's asked, "Do you think you're a pirate?" And
That's
we got-
Leon
we got-
Davis. He's an
we
ass.
also asked and answered the question for him, which is he drinks rum and has a bird on his shoulder. So I say, "Yup." So
Yeah. There's my rum. Cheers, Leon.
You
Yeah,
got the. We definitely think we
Leon,
got the
I played a
pirate
lot of
vibes
Ark
going
with.
on.
Yeah,
Love
I played
that.
a lot of Ark with Leon. He's a good lad.
Love that. Absolutely love that.
Thanks, Leon.
And we've got another question: is when did you manage to acquire an Invisibird? So people are asking
Invisibird.
how the bird can
You know
go
what,
invisible.
You know what I mean? AI is the thing. All right? It's not real. So it's gone. Completely gone. You know,
Oh, I love it.
just
Absolutely love it.
get the chat going. It's not real.
Oh, that's fantastic. Luna, you're up with the next question.
Yeah. So during your early streams, how did you manage with things like low viewers, nerves, or just general like quiet chats?
But the thing is, I don't have that pressure as the same as a professional streamer. You know, it's a hobby. So there's days when I just get home from work and I'm like, oh, you know what, I can't be asked to stream tonight, and I don't. So and if I've got one person in, so, you know what, I've been going for 2 years. I've had a few breaks because of reasons with a problem I had with another streamer. But it doesn't matter. Numbers are not important to me. Is if somebody comes in and says thanks for the stream at the end of it, it's good. You know, it's a good feeling.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to do, is because that's what those other streamers did for me when I wanted a game and I couldn't. So so numbers are not important to me.
Absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. Pinky?
I was gonna say it's one hell of a healthy way of looking at it as a streamer, and but also from a personal point of view, not relying on that as an embellishment to yourself is a really, really good thing. But what would you say is the hardest thing about getting started streaming? What did you find the biggest challenge getting yourself going?
The biggest challenge, I think, is the equipment. It's not cheap, because I'm a PC gamer, and you know, and I suppose confidence. That was my hardest thing, was being confident, because I have COPD, and I am quite well known to mumble quite a lot. And sometimes I watch my streams and I'm like, what the fuck did I just say then? You know what I mean? Because if I can't understand myself, how the hell are people? But nobody ever mentions it in my stream. It's because I run out of air when I'm talking. And it ends up as just a mumble. And nobody's ever commented on it. And I'm so... I bet somebody just has now, haven't they?
No,
commented on your mic instead. Maybe the thing is because of your mic instead of your voice. It's like, oh, his mic's playing up again. It's fine.
Yeah. No, that's what I got this one. Courtesy, this mic was bought by my followers.
Love that.
Oh,
Love that.
that's
Well
really
done, guys.
cool.
So it's because it's
done.
the stars. When you get paid your stars through Facebook, everything goes into the stream. The webcam I bought from the stars, the microphone I bought from the stars. So, you know, I wouldn't have this stuff if it wasn't for the people who do follow me. So they're all amazing.
Love that.
Nice.
Love that. It's a great shout. Absolute great shout. So I've got a quick point here before we ask Taylor for the next question. Think the mumbling is more to do with the rum.
You might have a
Donna,
point there.
done. Well done.
No, that's the wife, bitch.
Love that.
Right, she sat right over there laughing, giggling to herself.
Well done, wifey. Keep telling him. Keep
Love
telling
it.
him.
That's love right there.
Rum.
Fantastic.
Don't you just love it when the wives sort of like start shouting from the background at you?
Yeah.
Look at you.
Shut the fuck up. I'm not
Taylor.
being noisy. The guy's hacking.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Taylor, next question, pal.
Yeah, so obviously you said about numbers and things you don't worry and don't bother you, which is, as I say, a really big healthy mindset to have in the streaming world. But have you ever felt like disappointed with yourself, like during a stream, or like when you've looked back at a stream and you've just thought this isn't really being?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I do say numbers don't matter, but it's nice to know that there's somebody watching. You know,
Yeah.
and with Facebook, their algorithm is so difficult to understand. You know, one day I'll have an average of 7 to 10 people in, and then the next, and then 2 or 3 days later, I've not been pushed. I've had no one in, apart from myself and my moderator, which is Sadin Payne, which you guys know, I believe.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean, and you
Sadin's
just think,
awesome.
oh, you know, why do I do this? You know, you do get days like that, you know, and even like me, I've got no pressure. It's not a full-time job for me. I don't need to make money from it. I don't need to make money from it. But it must be a lot of pressure for streamers who rely on it, who do it full-time. So again, I do have days when I think, oh God, you know, nobody's been in, you know, or nobody. I've had lots of people in and nobody's commented. You know, what am I doing wrong? Is it because I'm not chatting enough, or because sometimes in certain games you are concentrating on a game?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you. Sometimes, like I said, I've been into your streams and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, not you personally with your stream. I just mean the way it's all laid out with Facebook streaming.
Yeah, it's very complicated.
Like, that's what I like. I'm literally really shit with technology, so when I'm on a new platform trying to understand it, I can't.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
I struggle with Facebook. Honestly, they make things so complicated. Like when people clip things, it takes me an hour to find where these clips are, what people have done, so I can do TikToks and things like that. You know, I try and make funny clips and that, but you know, I find them funny, but nobody else does. That's all matters. As long as I'm giggling, I don't care. You know what I mean?
That is all that matters. Luna, just before I go on to you, I'm going to ask a quick question. Just particularly about the Facebook gaming side of things, Steve. Do you find you get enough support from Facebook in meta gaming as it was? Do you find you get enough support to help streamers like yourself?
No, there's no support really. If I'm being honest, I do honestly feel that you're just out. See, like again, like I say, I keep saying the same thing. It doesn't matter to me because it's a hobby.
Yeah.
I am able to have subscribers. I can get subs if I wanted to. So there is that. I've earned that. But I choose not to have it because I just feel I stream when I want to. So and it's hard to say. I don't want to let people down. If I feel that someone is paying me a monthly fee to see me, then I feel that I need to be on all the time, and I can't do that because of my job. So, but I don't think there's much support. I think it's just you've got to put so many hours in to get any sort of help, or there is no help. It's nobody really knows how the algorithm works. One minute you're being pushed, next minute you're not, and you're sat there thinking, why am I being pushed now? How have I gone from? Because with Facebook, when you end your stream, it tells you how many. Stop it! It tells you how many people they've pushed to your stream. So and I mean it's your reach kind of thing. It's not the reach isn't that much of a problem, but you could be one stream. I've reached 1,600 people. And then tomorrow I could reach 120. And I played the same game, same time. I'm doing nothing different. You're just thinking, well, why am I on 120 now? So it's a lot of it's to do. It's really hard to figure out Facebook, honestly. But I only use it because it's simple. I say simple. It's because it's a platform that I've come back to and other people were doing it. They've shown me and I've figured it out. So
love that, mate. Love that. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much because it's quite interesting for the because a lot of people do moan about obviously the platform they're on, whether it's YouTube or Twitch.
Yeah.
It's quite refreshing to know that every platform has its flaws. So sorry, Luna, you are up with the next question.
Just a quick question regarding Facebook, because I've never streamed from it myself and I don't know anything about it. Do you have to add them as a friend? Like, for example, so I could watch you. Do I have to add you as a friend, or is it a case of just going into a certain, like with Twitch, it's a channel. So do you have your own channel on Facebook?
What if you just want to watch it, or
yeah? So if I wanted to come and watch
no, you can accidentally stumble across me. The reach when they push you out, they might just push you onto there. I have so many people go, "Why the hell have you come onto my page?" And I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, so it's
because
like
I'm amazing. So and they're like, "Oh, what are you doing on my page?" You know what I mean? Well, thanks for commenting. Leave a like before you leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You do get pushed onto just random people. So I don't understand how that works, but when you obviously once you've liked it or liked my page, it will then automatically tell you every time I'm live.
Oh, right. Okay.
So if you type in my chat ! Notify, you will then become a follower, and then every time I go live, it will just link to you. Yeah, it's come up. OldmanGaming's gone live, and you can click on it and come straight to it. So there is good things. I use a thing called Noxbox as well, which is, I don't know if you've heard of that, Noxbot.
No,
I have not. No.
That's another. It's like a bot that works along with. It's free. With Facebook, I can put sound commands in, and I can put messages. So every time I have, say, like, I can set to what I want, but if I have like 20 comments, it'll then post a comment about what I'm doing next week, whatever I decide to put on there.
Yep.
So and that can help people interact. I do this thing called it's a thing that comes free with Facebook. It's Roll D20. Right, and when I play Call of Duty, I say to people, right, if you do exclamation mark roll D20, it's a roll 20 dice, all right, and it'll give you a random number. And if you get a 20, and then I say to people, right, you tell me what I have to drop, whether it be my weapons, my money, my plates, or whatever, right? So people can then interact with me and tell me, and absolutely destroy my game. You know, I do that quite often because I think it's funny as hell. You know what I mean? I'm like, I've just got my load out on cards and somebody gets a 20 and then they're like, drop your guns. What? I just spent 20 minutes trying to get these, you know what I mean?
It's Mario Kart all over again.
So there's lots of little things on Facebook which you can do like that. And I do like to do it, you know. I do a lot of you can do lots. I played, what's it, Resident Evil the other day. Village.
Yeah.
That game scared the crap out of me. I'm not lying, right? My watch has got a heartbeat sensor on it, and I've not figured that out. A lot of people do rig the heartbeat sensor onto your stream, and I've not figured that out yet.
Yeah.
But my heart went up to 160 beats per minute. I literally crapped myself playing that game.
Oh, I love it.
That's because I'm a complete and utter wuss, you know, when it comes to horror games. And I do scare alerts, so people can type in. I can add it on Noxbot. I can add in certain sounds, and then people can just type in exclamation mark, say like ghost, and it'll make a ghosty sound and scare the life out of me because it come out really loud from your headphones. And what? Oh no, I'm not talking about Roblox. They were never doing that. I played Roblox New Year's Day. Was it New Year's Day?
It's New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve with my daughter. And I said I'd never play Roblox. And it scared the shit out of me. My daughter was laughing. She's 15, by the way.
Yeah.
And she was laughing because I was scared the crap out of me, Roblox. No, don't.
I can't imagine Roblox ever being scary, so that's even funnier.
No, nor did I. You know what? I just didn't expect this thing to come up into my face like that and scream at me, and I literally crapped myself. So my daughter was like, "What are you doing? It's so embarrassing." And I went, "I'm sorry."
I'm scared. Oh, I love that. Pinky, you're up.
Oh, it's me. Sorry, I have to admit, for some reason I thought Luna was supposed to be carrying on. Sorry. So we've talked a lot about some bits and pieces that you've got with streaming. So with the sound alerts, what would you say is the thing you dislike most about streaming? So the bit that you kind of went, I could take streaming and I'd love it, but I want to drop this particular aspect of it.
Oh, I don't know. It's because I enjoy streaming. That's the trouble. There's not a lot of it I don't dislike. Sorry, he's grabbing the bird. He's gone to bed. So he's gone to bed. So there's not much of it I don't like. I suppose if there's any part I struggle with, is sometimes stuff to work when I'm just too knackered. You know what I mean? And but bye, Birdie.
Yeah.
But honestly, there's not much of it I don't dislike. Worst case scenario is if nobody comes into your stream.
Yeah.
But the way Facebook doesn't push you all the time. But you can't expect it all the time. If you're not streaming like me, if I'm not streaming every day, I shouldn't expect to be pushed all the time. But it's nice. It's nice when it's happening. You get some really good buzz in the streams, and then one day you'll get nothing.
Yeah,
but I can see your ass in my camera. Oh, sorry.
Love that. Don't apologise. This is the beauty, absolutely the beauty of this podcast. You get to see the real people, and that's what
That's it. That's our
and you're going to see Steve O's wife's booty. There we go, guys.
There we go, yeah. See a little twerking going on there. She's gone bright red. I'm going to feel the heat from here.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Got a real quick question for you, Steve O. Got one from Apple Gear Gaming. Just got to quickly find it because it's just dropped off the list. So what did you prefer, Village or did you play Biohazard as well?
I've not played Biohazard. I've literally just started Village. I think I don't know if I won the last boss. I've done 3 of them, but the Village is absolutely a cracking game. But an old geek like me, those jump scares. It's the dolls. Sorry, dolls. You know what I mean? Dolls. No.
Yeah.
Giant like penis thing looking after chasing you. Big head and,
I don't remember that.
Honestly,
I know what bit you mean.
Hid in the cupboard. You know the bit I mean, yeah. I'm not wrong. It did look like a wiener, didn't it?
Yep. Yes, it did.
Yeah,
yes,
it did.
Taylor, you're up with the next question.
Yeah. It's a real simple question, Steve. What made you want to go to Facebook gaming rather than like Twitch or YouTube, things like that?
I think a lot of it was because one of my buddies at the time, needs to be careful, we don't have a heart attack. Cheers, Leon. A friend of mine at the same time, we both got into streaming at the same time, and he was very well into Facebook, so I found it easier because he helped me. I did use Twitch before, but just not under OldmanGaming. But it's changed a lot since the last time I used it. So, and not only that, it was easy because I had a lot of friends on Facebook who could just go and it helped me out. So, it's kind of like a cheap way to get started, really, maybe. Literally the first week I had over 100 followers because a lot of my friends did it just to help me out. So,
I mean, I wouldn't say it's a cheat way because, like, for instance, Sadin's recently started streaming and he's been a part of like a few communities that have helped him.
He's an amazing guy, actually. I know he's here. I don't want to make it any bigger than what it already is, but he's an amazing guy. He's always supporting me. I worked with Steve Sadin. I'm going to call him by Sadin. I worked with Sadin in real life at the same job I used to do 20 odd years ago. So he's been a good friend of mine, and he's always supported me. So I couldn't ask for a better guy to have as somebody who helps me out.
I think on behalf of probably everybody in this podcast, we all love you, Savings, as well. Don't worry, mate. We all love you, pal. Luna, you're up with the next question.
Has there been any really embarrassing or uncomfortable moments in your stream? i.e. like rage quitting, power outages?
Being drunk? falling asleep.
Oh yes. Right.
Oh yes, yes.
Tell us
yes.
all about it.
I was once playing with Sadin on Valheim, and I spent 10 minutes walking into a tree just doing this because I fell asleep because it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? And I'd be up. So, I've had a very drunk stream where, yeah, and when I played it back, I was like, oh my God.
Never play it back.
And I actually went and apologized to particular certain peoples because I wasn't rude. I was just totally pissed. So, so I've learned not to do that. And I once, this is quite a funny one, right? I wasn't streaming at the time because I wasn't allowed to. I used to play Atlas. Does anyone know Atlas?
I've heard of it.
I have as well. Yeah.
It's a pirate game. Thanks, Leon. But I was a member of a really big tribe or company, they called them then. And Atlas got very, very political because you had certain allies, and like you weren't allowed to attack certain people, but sometimes you didn't know who these people were, and you accidentally sunk someone's ship, and then it had a ripple effect. Well, we was having a massive raid. This big Chinese company, I can't remember what they're called now. They come and attacked the Scrandy Squad, which is who I was a member of at the time.
Yeah,
and they were quite big on the Atlas community. I think there's like the 4th in the world or so tribe.
Oh wow!
Something stupid like that.
Wow.
So they were a big tribe, or company, and a lot of them, the guys I was gaming with, are in America. So it was like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning for me, and it was like midnight for them, and I fell asleep, and I was snoring so loud they actually moved me into my own channel on Discord. And they called it the Noisy Bastard channel. And I woke up in there and I was like, where the hell is everybody? And I went to, they went, you noisy git. And I literally come in and said, sorry guys, where are we? Because it's all done now. We've done it. But yeah, I was snoring so loud, I cheesed off loads of people. And it was like, somebody shut this guy up. Yeah, I literally fell asleep snoring through my microphone. Yeah.
Is that the cannons firing? No, that's just Steve-O snoring.
No, that's Steve putting you off. Yeah. Oh god, I was so embarrassed. I was like, what am I doing down here? And it's like the Noisy Bastards channel. It was.
Can you imagine it, Steve-O? Load the cannons.
That's the funny thing. My job when I was doing that, I was the one who kept the boats afloat. My job was fixing up boats and loading up cannons. So, honestly, I used to jump from one boat to another. One boat was, I'd fix one boat up there. They would float really close to another boat which is sinking, and then I'd have to get my grapple hook, spin over, and then jump on that boat, and then go and fix that one. That's what I did. And that's how they were so good, because they had a group, they had a team of people who did certain jobs. But you had to be so careful with who you attacked there. You couldn't just go out and go and be a bit saucy with someone, because they might have been on their list of not people to touch. So it got a really political game, and that's why I stopped playing it, because it got just too serious. You know what I mean? I wasn't having much fun then. You know, it got too big. Yeah.
It's always the risk you have with such wide or such like popular games. There's always a lot of problems that will come with it with the people.
Yeah. You know, back in the years when, I don't know if you guys are, I don't know, you know, I used to play this game called Operation Flashpoint.
Yeah.
And I made a map, and it became a very successful map actually called Sniper Force, and I made it so hot. That was me. If you ever played it,
okay.
It was one of the hardest maps ever played, because nobody could, even I couldn't beat it, and I know where every freaking character was. I put them there. So it was called Sniper Force, and a lot of people played it, and that's probably one of my biggest things I ever did, really. And it was my mate Mike, and we was called Slash and Hook. Something to do with golfing terms. We used to play golf back them days. So yeah, but I forgot where I was now. I was talking about something, wasn't That's the thing.
Don't worry. Don't
So
worry.
I kind of went off. We kind of went off cue there. So yeah. So
Don't worry, mate. That's what we love. We love it. The conversation flows. But we
Mm-hmm.
do have Pinky with the next question, I believe.
We do. So we talked about a couple of different games here, but predominantly now, what kind of games do you like to stream? What is your preference? If you're going to go for anything?
My favorite type of game to play is any sort of survival games, right? But with survival games comes grinding, and nobody wants to stream constant farming. So I tend not to stream them, but they're my favorite type of games.
Okay.
My main game I ever stream, I always go back to, is Call of Duty, because it's just the one I know I can get people in. I've been playing Hunt Showdown recently, and I absolutely love that, but nobody comes in. It's one of those games. It's an old game. It's been around 2019, I think it's made. So it's nobody comes in. I streamed it once, and literally only me and Sadin were in the chat. So I thought, pointless doing that one. So I do try to mix it up. On Sundays, like tonight, I've got a list of games on my page which I normally post where people can vote what I play.
Yeah.
And I've got about 9 games on there, I think, and then I play whatever's voted the most. So it'll be Cyberpunk, it'll be anything really. So, but yeah, my favorite games are, if I'm being totally honest, are survival games.
Okay, love that. Taylor?
Yeah, well, first of all, mate, survival games are my sort of favourite as well. So
yeah, they are. They're good.
But the question is what's been your most sort of like memorable stream?
God, I would say the best one, but I can't remember that. The most memorable stream would be, you know what? I'm going to say it right. It's very early in my streaming. I don't know if you guys know Tactical Grandma.
No.
She's quite a big streamer. She's got quite a, 20s of thousands of followers, and she raided me once in the middle of a game of cards, and I was just like, what the hell? It was like your stream, liked your stream. It just went on and on and on. Amazing. And I was so gobsmacked. The one going, do you even know who Tactical Grandma is? On yes, I've watched her, I'll follow her. I'm just gobsmacked that she's actually here in my stream. You know what I mean? So I'd probably say that one. Having a big streamer come and raid you. So yeah, I'd say that was nice. It was the fact that a big streamer had gone out and seen. I literally watched it. She went, "I'm going to go and find somebody with hardly any people in the stream. I'm going to make their day." And she went, "Oh look, I'm really Tactical Grandma. There's OldmanGaming. So let's go in and give OldmanGaming a like. He's got 2 people in." And you know what? I had 100 odd people in at one point, and I just like, and all of them liked at the same time. And I just didn't know. I was just like, what the hell's going on? You know what I mean? So yeah, I would say that's probably my best stream, if I'd say.
That feeling must have been incredible.
It was. It was to have a big streamer come in and just drop in and say hi. It was quite a good thing.
Okay, right, Steve-O, we got 2 more questions about streaming, and then we're going to get personal with you, mate. We're going to get up close and personal, all right? So Luna and Pinky are going to finish off the questions, and then Tate's going to start the personal questions. So Luna, so you have got your last streaming question to fire away with.
So who was your biggest influence in streaming, and which streamer do you aspire to be more like?
Well, I'm going to say the 2 people who got me into streaming, which again would be Sluggero, who used to play a lot of PUBG, and Miles Away, who plays PUBG. But I think Miles Away now plays a lot of GTA 5 roleplay. Yeah, he's funny as hell. Yeah. But those 2 guys absolutely got me into streaming because it's because of them. They helped me out when I didn't have a gaming computer. So yeah, I would say those 2 guys were the 2 people who really I liked the most.
Okay.
So yeah, even out all the other big streamers out there, it's those 2 people I respect the most because they got me. I feel it's because of them. Is why I'm doing what I'm doing now. Yeah.
Your biggest influence. Awesome. Love that, mate. Love
that.
Exactly. Yeah. Pinky?
So I suppose the best way to end off a question about streaming is to ask where you plan on going with streaming. I know you said you didn't particularly want to make it permanent, but do you have any plans to expand upon it or even any little projects?
I kind of follow what's going on. Because I'm in a massive community. I say massive. It's a big community on Messenger. I'm in a like a group of probably about 250 streamers. Unity, can I say Unity of streamers? Too late, I've said it.
Yeah.
So too
Yeah,
late.
of course. No, good
But Unity of streamers, they're on Messenger. They take any platform, and basically, when you go live, they have meetups in London. They did one recently, and there's some really genuinely freaking nice guys on there. Right, they're absolutely amazing. You get if you're a new streamer or any streamer, you go in there, they will come and like you, follow you, do whatever you want. Don't ever ask for anything back. It's always nice to always go back and follow and like them when they're live. I've got my own personal one, which is called Going Live Now on Messenger again. I've got about 50 streamers in there. But there's no chat in mine. It's literally you go on there, share your stream. It's somewhere to share it. And then if a streamer's having a night off, a lot of streamers tend to look for other streamers and go and like and share.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So a lot of people use that as a thing. So but I don't, it is a hobby. It'll always be a hobby for me. I don't talk down about myself. I don't think I've got what it takes to be a big streamer. If I'm being honest, I'm the sort of guy you go to if you have trouble sleeping. Jeez,
sorry, mate. I have to disagree. I've been entertained so far, mate. We've been in here. See, it's already gone 40 minutes, and that's how much I've enjoyed it, mate. So trust me, you are
cool, man.
Exactly.
putting yourself down.
It's all about the bands, you know what I mean? I game with some really amazing people. One being a good Norwegian friend, well, two good Norwegian friends. One's Alf. He's always been with me for a few years, but he's gone off playing something else at the moment. And there's Stian. We are planning on going over to meet him at some point to Norway because I've been gaming with these guys for years. Never met. We speak to each other nearly every night. You know, what I mean, they're almost like brothers to me.
That's really nice.
I did a stream a little while ago of a package that Stian sent me and his good lady of Norwegian food.
Oh, that's awesome!
I did an unboxing.
I think it was actually in that.
Yeah, he sent me some fish stuff. Oh, mate, it's gopping. Yeah. Oh. yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
And why would you have a can of ham with a child's face on it? You know what I mean? I was like, am I eating his kid or what? You know what I mean? It goes on, do you, in these countries? So yeah, we have a blast. And obviously there was Leon. I played a lot of games. Leon introduced me to these two guys actually, who come in and asked me if I was a pirate. Yes, yeah, I just said that actually, Leon. There you go. So yeah, I gained with Leon through Ark a lot and a lot of Conan, I believe. So we played a lot of that.
Oh,
Conan, I love that game. Absolutely love it.
You've got both of their attention now.
Yeah, I've played that game so many times, completed.
I need to move it on. I need to move it on, or else we're going to be there forever. Right. So we're going to go personal now, mate. So as mentioned before we went live, if there's anything you're not comfortable with, please honestly let us know. It's our job to move on.
No worries.
We will dig as well. So
go for it.
Again, if you're not comfortable, please honestly shift us along. Taylor, you're going to kickstart off with the start of the personal.
So I want to know, right? So we're going to go way back to OldmanGaming.
OldmanGaming.
Sorry. So basically, like, gonna go back to school, like your school era. What was you like at school? Was you a little shit, or was you well behaved?
You was a twat. Yeah. Nobody liked me.
Like, tell us a couple of stories. Like,
I literally was a wind-up merchant. I never took life seriously. I didn't really concentrate at school. I spent too much time messing around. And I was an annoying little git, really. I literally got thrown off a freaking bridge on a train. I used to have to catch a train to school, and these two guys literally threw me off the bridge. but there was a big platform under the bottom of it when I landed on that. It was kind of cool. But yeah, I wasn't sure they was actually really trying to kill me, but they literally put me over that thing because I was being an arsehole, and I really was a dickhead, so I deserved that. Well, I didn't deserve that, but yeah, I was.
I don't think anyone deserves murder.
Yeah, I was a bit of a dickhead. Yeah, there's no. I weren't one of the sort of people who's always in trouble with the law. I was just a hard person to understand because I never took anything seriously. So, and I'm still like it now.
Steve, I've got a question to ask you here. I think you'll know who's going to drop you in this. But I've been asked to ask you about the Christmas tree.
Christmas tree.
That would be from your wife.
Oh God, Nelly making this Christmas tree. Yes, right. Well, I lived in a little village. Right, and there's this old lady. She had the most amazing garden. It was like where fairies really lived, you know. And there's probably little trolls living in knowable parts and the ponds, and there's lovely fairies living around the flowers. And she had this amazing Christmas tree. It was perfect. And my mum said to me, she goes, "I can't afford a Christmas tree this year." Oh, no worries, I've got it sorted. I cut the top of it off. Yeah.
No.
I took the top 6 foot off of her tree and took it home. And Mum went, "Oh my God, that tree's amazing. Where'd you get it from?" I went, "Don't ask." And she come back the next day, "You bastard, you took that from Nelly Making, so she's got a tree missing." Yeah, I cut the top of her tree off. Yeah, I told you it was a little shit.
How did you get away with that?
I don't think you did get away with it.
Well, the thing is, it was in our house. Nobody saw it, so you know.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it was a lovely tree.
Absolutely incredible.
The one weird thing is, it's never grown back the same. It's deformed now.
Oh, that's even worse.
It's got a flat top now. It's never really grown to a beautiful point, but it was just perfect. And my mum wanted a tree. She really wanted a tree, so she got it, and it was the best tree she ever had.
Love that story. Absolutely love that.
Just Steve, I want a PS5. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, that's a true story. That is a true story.
I want more of these stories.
Yeah.
Already.
Shut up, woman. Stop it.
Have you got any siblings? And have you got any stories about you and your siblings? If you do,
my kids, yes. I got 2 crazy kids at home. Got twins. Absolutely amazing. Got a young boy and a young girl called Alfie and Grace. Siblings.
Yeah, siblings. I like. It's all right. You can tell me about your kids. It's all good.
Yeah. I was expecting sort of about my family, but siblings. Yeah. Yes, I have one sister. She's amazing. Okay. She's 6'4" and ginger hair. That's all I can say, really. No one in our house is. No, we're all freaking hobbits in our house, so I don't know where she comes from. And there's not a single ginger in there, so there's some explaining to do.
Hello to Steve-O's 6'4" ginger sister. Hello.
And hello to a bit of hobbit.
She's starting to shrink now, though, because she's obviously getting old. She's older than me, so she's shrinking now. But yeah. My sister Sharon, she's absolutely amazing. But that's it, really.
Love that, mate. Love that. Thank you. Pinky, you might as well carry on the children question.
Yeah.
I was literally about to say.
I don't know how I got from that to that, but it just did. So.
Hey, you started off a good sort of topic conversation. We're going there anyway.
You did say it was my podcast. So I'm just doing it as I want it.
No problem, mate. No problem.
Well, carry on then. Let's tell us more about your twins.
Twins. I got an Alfie and a Grace. They're lovely. They're pain in the ass, but they're lovely. Like all kids. Love the bits. But that's all I was going to say. Really, I got to, and I was married as well. I got other kids, but unfortunately, I don't get to see them. So that's a whole other story. That's probably something I wouldn't want to talk about.
That's
understandable.
Yeah, completely fair, mate. Taylor.
Yeah, all right. So obviously, we've seen from your wife. I just want to know
her ass.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, was it love at first sight, or did she sort of turn around, give you a little twerk?
You know what, right? Shall I tell you how I met my missus, right? Because I'm going to embarrass her now. Like she just embarrassed me.
Let's go.
Right.
Let's do it.
Oh, it's coming right now, bitch. Right, so basically, I used to work in a shop, the same company I work for now, actually, and she used to walk past. I would say, "Shows your pink bits," and I used to shout that out of the shop, and she used to get embarrassed, and then I went, "Got any knickers on?" and sort of shit like that, because I was an arsehole. And she ended up taking another route. I never saw her for a while, and one day she came into the shop, and we got chatting, and that was it. Charmed her. So, old man
Show
charms.
us your pink bits. See, that's what I'm going on, guys. See?
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, I did. I said, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I asked her if she was wearing any knickers when we was working together. I don't know if you can get in trouble for that nowadays, but back then it was all right. But I was her manager, so you know what I mean. So it's dodgy now, isn't it?
That is absolutely fantastic.
But the thing is,
so good.
But the thing is, she's my best mate. You know what I mean? I've been with my missus for how long have we been together now? 22 many years. And and I'm not lying, we've never argued.
Have you not?
That's brilliant.
Because she's my best friend,
fantastic.
man. You know, if I went out with mates, she'd come with me. If they didn't like it, it's tough shit.
Yeah, no.
We used to do moonies on the roundabouts and everything. We did. Have a pizza in the middle. We had a pizza in the middle of the roundabout, and then she was doing moonies at all the cars, and no accidents have nearly happened.
It's memories like that, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Nothing's changed if you figured it out.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I was going to go there.
So
that is fantastic. Brilliant.
Love that.
Absolutely
That is
love that. Luna, follow on
So
from
I
that.
saw your. I know. So I saw your parrot earlier. Is it a parrot?
it's a conure, so it's like a little miniature parrot.
Have you got any other pets, or is that your only pet?
That's all we got now. But years ago, I used to have a thing about spiders. I used to collect tarantulas. I had lizards, snakes, you name it, scorpions. I had 18 different species of spider.
We've got 2 teenagers.
Did any of them get out?
Yes. There's a few times we had one get out, and I used to get them out as well. But I've literally had one. I'm not lying. Do you remember when Charlie went up? Give me the face hugger from Alien. Right? I'm not lying. It was the second largest species in the world. It's the Laçadora piharabana. It's basically a Brazilian. Oh, was it Brazilian pink? So salmon pink bird-eating spider. And I had
You had one of those?
Yeah. Salmon pink bird-eating. And I used to have to feed it a mouse once every fortnight. It would eat a whole mouse.
I don't think I wish I hadn't asked now.
But the back legs went from there to there. It was huge. It was proper face hugger. And he got out once, and that scared me because they were quite aggressive. And I had an electric blue one, which my good lady liked because of the colour, because it was like electric blue. And it was called a cobalt blue.
Where did you find it? When it got out?
Oh, when it got out, the best way to do it was they need water. The main thing is fluids, and a warm place. So you just put like a bowl of water in where your immersion heater is or heating. They'll probably find their way there. But it was quite a big spider to lose, really.
I was about to say, how do you lose something that's got a dinner plate size?
But the thing is, I only got them out in one room, but yeah. But it was good. I had a few rescue animals, like lizards and things like that. I had a Chinese water dragon, which had a thing called mouth rot, where it has been abused and not fed, not under Yoda, we called him, didn't we? And the front of his face was missing, where he had mouth rot because he wasn't kept in the right conditions, and he had a broken tail. But we looked after him, and nursed him. Didn't nurse him back, but all the skin had grown back. But it was absolutely lovely. He was about 3 foot, 3-4 foot, wasn't he? And then Jimmy Choo, we had a Jimmy Choo snake. It was a corn snake. I had a rat snake as well, black and white. They're absolutely aggressive. Well, not aggressive as hell, but he bit my belly button. Yeah, and I took a picture. The weird thing, I was playing Age of Empires at the time. This is how long ago it was. And he was out and he'd gone through my shirt and he'd wrapped around it and he bit the stomach. And I was like, I pulled up my shirt, took a picture and said to Mrs., I think the snake's got me. And he's just like, mouth is like really, I had to dislocate his jaw and push it forward because their teeth go backwards. So I had to dislocate his jaw, push him forward to let him to release. But yeah, he would never swallow me because I'm quite a fat guy. So.
Was it venomous or was it non-venomous?
No, none of the snakes. None of the snakes I had were venomous. You can't have venomous snakes.
That's good.
But the spiders are, but they're no more than a bee sting. But if you're allergic to bees, I did have the most venomous tarantula, which is the Indian ornamental, and that's a arboreal spider. So it's on a tree. So I had a big tool tank for that, and I had a big piece of bark. I used to sit on it. But he was black and white on a backs like a skeleton, but underneath was bright yellow. Absolutely beautiful spider. But that's
I'm
it.
not
Really.
gonna lie.
Wow.
This has made my skin crawl. Like you might not be able to tell, but my shoulders
Can
are
I tell you
itchy.
something really funny, right? You know the summer spiders you get in your house, the big ones, black ones.
Oh,
Yeah.
Scared the absolute shit out of me.
I'm sorry, you can have massive Goliath ones and they don't frighten you, but the piddly ones do?
See, the one thing I've learned in life, the wife's a spider catcher. I can't go near house spiders. Right? They scare me. But the one thing I've learned in life, right, everything that's small is dangerous. Right? You look at scorpions, the bigger the pincers are, the less dangerous they are. The thin little pincers, they're going to hurt you. You know what I mean? The most venomous spider in the world is actually the money spider. It's only because it can't pierce your skin. That thing can bite a fly and kill it. You know what I mean? So you think the money spider and the size of a fly, that'd be me like me bite an elephant and it dying. You know?
Jesus Christ.
But that's only put into scale. It's not, the Black Widow is probably one of the most venomous, but if you look at the scale, side of things, the money spider kills big animals or kills quite big bugs. So, and they travel for thousands of miles. Have you ever walked down the street? Have you ever walked down the street, right, and gone, oh God, it's got me in the face like a web?
Yeah.
No.
You know what that is? That's when what a money spider does. It tangles its web and it can release a continuous web, all right? And what it does, it releases when there's enough air and it just takes flight. And and that's how it travels. And sometimes you can walk into that. And that's what it is. You ever felt so tickle your face? You think, what's that? You probably just walked into a spider web.
Great. I'm going to be permanently paranoid.
And don't forget, the average human swallows at least one.
Don't go there. Don't go
We're never sleeping again. We're never sleeping again.
I'm not a squeamish person. Sometimes.
Just put it out there, though. Your wife has let you know that you're going to the garden shed with a broom. So she has dumped you in.
I went over a crash helmet, bike gloves, and a broom once.
I love that.
I hate it.
I'm with you on that one, though. House spiders.
I think we're up to Pinky. Is it your turn, Pinky? That was the question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't got a clue. I got distracted by spiders.
Spiders.
I've got 2 tattooed on me.
Spiders.
I don't think you'll be able to see that one. Is it on this side? I can't see. Do you see it?
Yeah.
It looks like a real thing.
It's quite realistic.
Yeah, it was there. But when the guy who tattooed it had a skin, because obviously they shed their skins whole.
Yeah.
And I had the skin on this side, and he copied it, but he shit himself because he thought it was the real thing.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm probably gonna regret it. I'm gonna stick with the subject a little bit longer because you've obviously had a lot of pets over the course of your life.
I'm an old guy, aren't I? I'm going to have a lot of pets.
I was trying to say it the nicest possible way.
That's right.
But I want to know, if you can, what was your favourite pet you've ever had? If you have one.
I miss my dog. The German Shepherd. The German Shepherd. We lost her a couple of years ago. And absolutely. You know what? My wife says I'm heartless. I don't show a lot of emotion. I never do. If something bad happens in the world, and she gets upset. Oh God, his poor family. I'm like, well, I don't know. I can't feel that. I'm sorry. It's horrible what's happened, but I can't feel emotion because I don't know them. But it's horrible what's happened. Don't get me wrong. It is horrible, whatever happened. But and she goes, "Oh, you're heartless," like, you know. But I said, "No, it's just the way I am. If I don't know somebody, how can I feel sorry for somebody? I didn't know until then." So, but that's my opinion. But my dog broke my heart. Literally, our dog. Sorry, our dog. But yeah. But the thing is, I lost my dad when we went to see him because I found him on the floor. He had a heart attack, and it's his dog.
Okay.
Who we took because my dad was as gorgeous as me. Like I am. There's if you to put my dad side by side with me, apart from the fact that I don't wear Stetson and look like Woody, me and my dad look exactly the same. We were like twins. Like my dad was a cowboy. He never got over that. Bless his heart. But I ended up with his dog, and we lost year before last, and it was a really hard thing to lose.
Yeah. To lose the link you had to him.
Because of the link,
Yeah, it's the link. It was just the way the dog was, the crap that she went through, because he rescued her, and then when we got her, she still had a lot of problems, and we sorted all that out. And she ended up when I used to take her out, I literally, she was a nightmare. I couldn't go near any other dogs because she was abused. She was used for breeding. She was a pedigree German Shepherd, and the people just used her and used her and used her. She killed her last lot of litter, as far as I'm aware. I couldn't go near any other dog. Every time I went near another dog, she would go for them, and I used to do the same walk every single day, every morning. I meet the same people every morning, and I would tense up and you know, oh God. And this woman turned around and said to me, she had 2 pugs, absolutely lovely old lady, and she would let her off. I said, if I let her off, she's going to kill your dogs. She went, she won't. It's you. You're the problem. You're tensing up. She's picking up on it. I said, I can't take that risk. She went, please, just let your dog off the lead. And I let her off, and I'm not lying. My dog went boom, straight for her dogs. I'm like, oh my God, she's going to kill him. And then off they went, bouncing off like Bambi up the fields. And I was like, what?
I love that.
You know what I mean? And from that day, I used to, but we used to meet in a similar sort of place most times, which was in a big field. And I made sure I let her off, and she let the dogs off, and they're going to sniff each other, and they'll go running off. And she ended up being an absolutely amazing dog around other dogs. And the kids loved her. She went through a lot of crap, and we kind of turned it around. And it was, that was probably the hardest thing I ever lost in my life.
I love that.
If I'm being honest, it sounds Zara. Sarah, Sara, and she absolutely lovely.
Love that story.
While I have a moment.
Thank you so much for that, mate. That must have been really hard to say, but I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, it was.
Love them stories, mate. Absolutely do.
Pets leave a hole in your heart.
They do, man. Honestly, it's absolutely crazy. I've never bawled my eyes out like I have. Sad.
Love that. I love the honesty. Taylor, you got to try and follow on from that, mate.
I'm going to completely change the subject here, because if not, I'm going to start bawling like a big bald-headed twat myself.
Here she is.
I'll be there with you. Oh no!
There's a picture of her. We had somebody had that. Who did that for us? My sister, wasn't it? Kim. Yeah. There you go, Minis. She did that for us.
It's adorable.
She's absolutely
I am not going to cry. I am not going to cry.
Just, we're just going to mute Pinky there, just so she can have a bit of a session. We don't want Steve-O crying, mate. So keep it.
That's all right. I'm good, man. I'm all good.
Okay. Yeah, Taylor, go for it, mate.
I'm going to go music, Steve-O. You sort of come off as like the rock type person, like not full blown screamo heavy metal, but you know, you like a little bit of a heavy sort of music,
like Queen, Dire Straits.
Yeah.
Weird shit you listen. What do you mean the weird shit I listen to?
Weird
I listen to weird shit.
Been dumped in it there.
You know what? I actually listen to anything, but yeah, you're right. I used to be. I'm a massive Queen fan. Eric Clapton, anything like that. Chris Rea, I liked all that. Yeah, I was in Pink Floyd, love all Pink Floyd and stuff like that. That was all my sort of music. But I still listen. Believe it or not, I still listen to a lot of trance. I love my 90s trance.
Really?
Oh, that's amazing.
House trance, anything like that. I love all that. Yeah, I love all that. But I even like a bit of country and western purely because that's my dad's side of it, because he was a country western singer. But yeah. But I listen to anything.
As long as it's got like a nice little beat and things like that.
Yeah. I can't really say that because it's got a C-bomb. That'd be just rude.
This is an 18 plus.
I don't want to say that C-bomb.
Oh, okay. Luna?
Yeah. What hobbies? Is there any other hobbies that you do outside of Facebook?
I like a bit of drawing. I do like to draw a pencil. Recently started doing that. I like my motorbikes. I sold my bike last year. Unfortunately, worst thing I ever did. But I sold it last year just purely because I just wasn't riding it enough. I was walking to work. So
Would you go on?
But yeah, they're fully drawing and pencil drawing and motorbikes. Absolutely love motorbikes.
Love that. Love that.
Nice.
Also, I'm exactly the same as that. I will play a song to death.
Yeah, I do. I just keep playing it. Once I've learned the words, and then I'll still play it some more. It's a missed one.
So I'm going to interject before we go on to Pinky regarding the motorbike. So obviously I know a few people that it seems to be you either are all in with the bikes or you're not at all. I have noticed that nobody seems to dip their toes. It's either straight in or not. So for you with bikes, is it more the going out, the riding, the meetups, or are you more the building and the engine side of things?
Bit of both, I suppose. I like you say, you either all in really. If you've got a bike, you're going to like putting things on it. So I did mine up. Unfortunately, I did sell it, but purely because I've had a few close calls as well, and I used it a lot for work with traveling. Had too many scrapes, really. People on phones. So many people on phones still in cars. It's crazy. Yeah. It really is. And there's just as many idiot bikers around. And I'm not saying car drivers don't look, because bikers are idiots as well.
Yeah.
So, but I did my advanced riding and all that, so that saved my life a million times. But I was a bit of a speed freak. I was more of my bike was a ZX9R Ninja. My favorite bike was probably my Daytona 995. That's a beautiful bike. Absolutely love that. Blew the engine up twice in that 1 year.
Oh wow! Wow.
Yeah. Redlining is not the thing to do, apparently.
Well, it's a red line for a reason.
Exactly.
Love that.
Warning.
Love it. Sorry, Pinky, you are up. Sorry to interject there.
No, that's perfectly fine. I want to quickly cycle back to something that's still in my head. You mentioned your dad was a country western singer.
Yeah, it wasn't big. I'm talking. Okay. They were around in the sort of 70s. My next door neighbor was the guitarist and singer. My dad was a drummer and a singer, and then we had another guy. They had another guy who was a bass guitarist, but they were called the Outlaws. And they did lots of pubs and clubs back in the day. But all the others grew out of it, but my dad still, right on to 72, walked around looking like Woody. And I love him for it, you know what I mean?
There's a snake in my boots.
Yeah, my dad was into bikes as well. He had a Triumph Cub, a Triumph Tiger Cub, I think it was called, 250. And I always remember being on it, and I think that's where my like for bikes come from, because I nicked it one day and he was not very happy. But then he sold it. But I think that's where my love for bikes came from, because he used to let me get on it when I was a kid and just rev it, you know, but as his workhorse. But my last real good memory with me and my dad was Father's Day. And I said to him, I turned up his house on my bike. I went, "Dad, you still got your bike gear?" He was like, "Yeah." I went, does it fit? He went, I'll make it fit. Why? I went, let's go for a ride. And I'm not lying. He had this big freaking white crash helmet. It was like Jim Carrey, you know what I mean? And a big beak on the front and a visor down here. And I had so much dust on his leather jacket. When I pulled away, I thought my bike had blown up. Right, as this plume of smoke just went up behind me. And I'm not lying. We went down a private road, obviously. And I hit about 160 mile an hour of him on the back. And when we got back, my dad was smiling from ear to ear because he hadn't been on a bike for 20 odd years. And it was that's probably one of my best memories I've ever had with my dad, was that particular day, that Father's Day. And he absolutely loved it. He was just absolutely grinning from ear to ear. Yeah, it was a good day, that was.
That sounds amazing.
Absolutely love
yeah,
that.
but it was funny watching him go on with all his bike gear. I'm in like full Power Ranger tinted visor, and my dad was like sewing it out like Jim Carrey. You know what I mean? Me, myself, and Irene. You know,
must be quite the sight to see going down the road.
Yeah. He trying to get me knee down, and my dad's like this. What are you leaning over so far? Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, it was a good day out. That was.
That's absolutely fantastic. So guys, just give me 2 seconds. I'm going to show you guys an image of what Steve-O is on about here. I've just got to upload it really quickly. It takes 2 seconds. So for those who obviously don't know what Jim Carrey looks like on his motorbike, it's gonna give you a big inkling soon. Oh god, I can't find it. Where are we? There it is. There it is.
We're so organised.
Yeah, well, it's improvised.
You wouldn't expect me to say that, would you?
No, exactly. So here we go, guys. Here it is. There we go.
There you go. That's
there we go. All right.
That was my dad right there. Jeez, cracks me out every time I see that.
Just to give you an idea, guys. Oh, I love that. I think we're on Pinky now. Are we back to Pinky?
No, that was me,
Taylor?
No, that was
Taylor. See, I do lose track myself. So yeah, Taylor, you're up.
No worries.
This could possibly be a quick question, Steve.
Yeah.
Sports, are you into it?
No.
Any sports?
No.
There we go then.
There you go. Flat, no.
This could be a quick one.
You know, I do like watching MMA and things like that.
Yeah.
You know, like any cage fighting or something like that. But that's why I like watching MoGP, obviously. But that's about it.
Yeah.
I don't do sports. It's too much energy, man.
It is.
Have you seen the state of those people when they're finished? They look like they're just about to pass out and keel over.
To be fair,
I
for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah, see?
For a reason. I don't need the negativity of exercise or sport in my life.
No, I'm trying to live forever and I'm doing all right so far, aren't
I? Good job.
So there you go.
Can't argue that.
I love it.
So Taylor,
Okay,
you had a very quick question, mate. So we're going to move on to Luna. Luna, you're up.
Yeah, first game that made you fall in love with gaming.
Age of Empires. My first game I remember playing, really. But
That's a great game.
But I'd say a game that really got me hooked was probably Unreal Tournament. My first sort of like proper first person multiplayer. I even made a map in that as well. Actually, an Egyptian map is really kind of cool, like hidden rooms in it. It's kind of cool. But yeah, I probably Unreal Tournament, man. I actually love that. Yeah, they brought out a hoverboard. I was like, oh, this thing's amazing. I think I've actually got a clip on my YouTube video of me going, look at this hoverboard, it's amazing.
Love that.
Yeah.
We've got a nice little fact here from G5. God damn, the people that made Warframe later are the ones that made the Unreal Tournament. There we go, guys.
Wow.
Bit of information for you.
No, I don't need no. I'm buzzing for a pee. Cool.
Oh yeah, mate. If you need a break, you can disappear and go and get one. Don't worry.
You sure? Because I'll be quick.
You need to go.
No,
go.
I'm busting my neck here because she's feeding me rum.
Don't worry. You go, mate. You go. Don't worry about that.
We'll just let Fleet take the reins for a bit.
So obviously for those in chat, guys, obviously sorry if we have missed any questions that you've asked. I have noticed that a few people have asked questions that have already been answered, so we can reply to you on that. But if you've got any questions for Steve-O, guys, please ask them. We'll try and shout them out. There may be something that you want to know that we don't. So yeah, please ask away.
Or hadn't thought to ask.
Yeah, or we haven't thought to ask, of course, absolutely. We can only add it so much. So if you do have one, But yeah, so while Steve-O's away, we're just gonna reminisce for you guys, just to remind you what you might have missed. So this is obviously his dad, is Jim Carrey, with that helmet, and that's what we're on about. So yeah, and so yeah, guys. So any questions you want to ask, please don't hesitate. We will get around to them because that's what we're here for. I don't know what's going on with the nostril cam, mate. I don't know. I have no idea. Normally it works fine, and other times it works terribly. So Leon, you got to go on about it. So you mentioned his merch a few times. So what we do is we definitely will ask Steve a bit more about his merch. Actually, I'll ask him when he's back. We'll ask that first question.
Apparently they're already on sale.
There we go. So if they're already on sale, we'll get some more information. We'll get him to plug that as well.
We'll try to persuade him to come over to Twitch again. Sorry. Satan's been saying it the whole time in the comments, so I had to say it.
So yeah, Satan's, we'll try and get him over to Twitch, all right?
We can't promise anything, but yeah, we'll try.
Love that. I have to say as well, guys, I really missed the bird. I know he's gone to bed, but I did miss the bird. It was amazing.
In a way, I'm kind of glad he's not there because the amount of times I got distracted by the bird going, "Oh, birdie!" instead of what question was in my head was bad.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, Steve did warn us off the stream that the bird may have a little accident, and I'm a little bit disappointed he didn't have the accident because that would have been hilarious. I have to be honest. So yeah. So I am back.
There he is. He's back.
Welcome back.
Oh. Ooh.
Feel better for that, mate?
God, mate. I didn't think it was going to stop.
Fantastic.
Right, I'm back. That's it. I'm all good now. I'm good for another half hour.
So, Steve, we've been asked by Leon a few times for you to mention your merch, if you don't mind.
Oh, merch, yes.
I'm just digging out the link.
This is not stickers, man. This is stitched. I've got to get a really close up. Look, it's actually stitched in. All right, OldmanGaming stuff. It's actually a link to it on my actual page. It's a local company. You get hoodies, teddies, anything you want. No, hats.
Love that.
That's really cool. So you actually get them custom made by a local company.
Yep, they literally take the order.
There we go.
And then gets posted out to you. Huh?
I've done a link.
Oh, there you go. That's it. Logo of that polo. That's it. Good company.
There you go.
So it's a local company down in Dover. They are, because I'm down in Kent. So I'm not going to give me a full address, obviously.
It's a big place. Don't worry, you're safe. You're safe, mate.
but yeah, they're down there. There it is. I'll just put it on show. Ooh, it's lovely. But yeah, I've got all the hoodies and that myself, but and beanies, hoodies, they do t-shirts, you name it. It's got quite a lot of stuff there. But it's all stitched. That's all stitching, man. It's not going to wear off or fade away.
That's really cool.
Really love that, mate. There you go, Leon. So we got the plug for you, sir. We got him down.
Cheers, Leon.
Got the link.
You're a bloody legend, mate. He's a good man.
Co-host, I need to apologise. I've completely lost track of where I am. Whose question?
I think the last one was Tater. I think.
I think it was Luna's question next.
Luna. Ask the next question.
I asked first game that was made for. Well,
oh yeah,
you did. So this is what happens. We take a break and all of us go.
It's kind of pee, wasn't it? Halfway through it.
Yeah, that's it, mate.
So you derailed the whole conversation. Well, I have to admit, I do remember what I was going to ask on the back of Luna's question. So, fortunately, try and get it back on. In terms of games that are coming out, is there anything you're super excited for? Something that you really want to stream, or just generally playing yourself?
Yep. Arc 2.
Oh yes.
Okay. Wait, they've announced that? Have I been living under a rock?
Yeah, they announced that 2 years ago.
Yeah, they've announced it,
yeah,
it's been put back another year. Oh, well. We've come back full of bugs still, but you know what? I don't care. It's dinosaurs. Who doesn't like freaking dinosaurs, man? You know what? We used to play that.
Sorry, not me.
Myself and Bob the Random and a few friends, Fabster and that, we used to play Ark a lot. I've got over 5,000 hours in the game. And they used to know when I was sleeping because I used to get a heavy finger, that one, and it'd make my T-Rex growl. And if my T-Rex kept growling, it was like, Steve-O, wake up. And I'm like, oh. He used to make it roar, sorry, not growl, it roared. So, but yeah, so
that is brilliant. That is brilliant.
Yeah, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, and they're just like, Steve-O, wake up. And I'm like, I'm awake. And they're like, no, you're not. Your T-Rex is roaring at us.
So I've just seen Leon's comment.
Yeah. Leon said, "You are a dinosaur,
you cheeky bastard." Leon's a good lad. Leon, didn't I'm pretty sure I used to play a lot of Conan with you, didn't I, Leon? I can't remember. I've known Leon so long. I've played so many games with the guy. He's just a legend. He's a bloody legend.
Love that. I love that. Taylor, you're up.
Yeah. So we're gonna stick to gaming and survival games, like you say, Steve-O. Conan, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer Alasipta or the XR lands?
XR lands all day long.
Yes, that's all right.
Yeah.
That's the right answer.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the best one they did.
It is.
Yeah.
What about it is so good? I mean, coming from someone who
Everything.
has no idea.
It was just so beautifully made, and there were so many weapons you could get. I ended up on a private server once, and there was me, Leon, Alf, and there's a couple of other guys. I think Leon built his. Me and Alf went and farmed all the materials, and Leon built this amazing building. It was beautiful. It's something I don't know if he'd seen somewhere, and he'd built this amazing building. Then suddenly they all got bored and left, and I stayed on there for a while, and I got to know this other group, this other Norwegian clan, and this one guy knew whether he could kill you just by what you was wearing. He just knew what you was wearing and what reason why you was wearing it, because certain clothing gave you different buffs. But he gave me this sword once, and this sword was amazing. It had a drunken. I don't even know how he got it, but if you hit someone, it gave them the drunk effect, so they would be drunk. And then he said, you just stab them with your like poison pike, and that's it. They're done for. And there's this one guy called Death, and he haunted me for ages. He was a solo player, but he was really good. He obviously played from day one on this, and he had a massive base, and he was constantly killing me. And this one day, I thought, right, I'm going out with a sword, and I'm going to find this guy. And he jumped off his horse to hit me with his big axe, and I caught him with the sword, and he was drunk. And I just stood there laughing at him, and I just stabbed him a few times with the ankle with his poison thing, and he died, and I killed his horse as well, which was really the ultimate insult to him, because he had that horse from day one. And
I love that. I'm going to kill you, and I'm going to kill your horse.
Yeah, I'm going to take you and your horse. And it was a lucky hit. I got him by pure luck. No skill involved. It was just a lucky hit, and I caught him with his sword. And he messaged me and what was that sword you just hit me with? I said, it made you drunk, didn't it? He went, I couldn't move. I don't know.
That is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. But
we got a question for you, Steve-O, in the chat. It's from RTX. The Green Hell is a game. Have you played it?
Green Hell, isn't that like Green Hell? Is that the one that's like the forest? Or is it a zombie one?
I actually don't know myself.
No, I haven't.
It's a survival one.
I think it's kind of like the forest, but set in a jungle, wasn't
it? Yeah.
Damn autocorrect. No, I haven't played Green Hell. I have seen it, but I haven't played it. I played the forest, and I think Green Hell. I'm getting Green Hell confused. I think it's a zombie one, if I remember rightly.
So, Steve, I'm going to ask you a question because you're obviously passionate about your survival games.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you quite a hard one here. If you had, so Pinky's quite new to them, so let's go with Pinky. I'm going to bully you, Pinky. Sorry to say.
Oh, thanks.
So Pinky's a noob. 3 games to get her into survival games. So they could be different ages, but 3 games you'd recommend for anyone to try and get into that genre.
Well, the trouble is with survival games, if you're going to play them, you're going to need to play multiplayer, aren't you? So any survival game is going to be challenging, because there's always going to be alpha tribes on there who are going to bully new people. So I'd say Ark is a good one, purely because you can play that obviously single player and learn it first, and it's very, very good. Scum is another good one I liked.
I've never heard of Scum.
Scum, yeah, it's a bit like Hunger Games in a way, kind of weird about way.
Yeah, Scum's brilliant,
Okay.
You're a prisoner and you get just chucked this on this huge map, absolutely huge, and you're against like they look like zombies, but they're not. They're more like puppets, and things are watching you. Every now and then, something comes and watches you and lights you up, and you're up against the environment really. And people are always watching you. There's something always watching you. I don't know what that bit's about. I've not completed it, and probably Valheim's another good one as well.
Okay, I know we've definitely heard of Ark and Valheim, so I have a rough idea of what they are. Yeah. But what is it about these three that you'd say makes them so good in terms of survival games?
I think the difference between those three, they are very different. They are a completely different type of survival game. So you've got a good choice of what maybe you might find what you might like, because there are lots of other games that are very similar and get just repetitive. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, Ark, if you like dinosaurs, that's your game. You know, if you like going taming animals,
go wrong with that, with dinosaurs,
right? Because the thing is with Ark, you can tame the animal, then you can breed it, but then you can breed at a point where you can get mutations on it, which will give you better buffs on dinos. And then you get color mutations as well, so you can change the color of the dino as well. So if you like that side of things, if you like the PvP side of things as well, you can build bases which protect you. But with Ark, you might be seeing a nice fluffy dodo 1 minute, and then next minute now you're being attacked by a group of freaking raptors. You know what I mean? Screaming, running out of reach.
Yeah.
So it's and pub. And things like Scum is more like
a battle royale.
No, it's not a battle royale at all. It's another survival game. It just goes on, but the thing is, with Scum, it's so in depth. You've got to watch what you eat. If you eat too much fatty foods, it'll make you violently sick or give you the shits.
It's comparison to Daisy. You would say? Could you say a
bit like that? I suppose. Yeah. There's nothing worse, right? Than you're running around on Scum, and the only thing you've got to eat is like animal fat, because that's all you found. And then you see some PvP players, and then suddenly your character decides to take a dump because you've got the shits. Because it does that. And somebody could be shooting at you, and if you go to the toilet in that game, it just goes. He pulls his pants down, or it just projectile vomits because you've taken too much of one thing. So you've got to watch what you eat, you drink. It's very in depth. Bleeding, certain wounds you got to watch out for as well. Like you can get infections and things like that. So you've got to take antibiotics, which you can find by looting. So it's a whole between those three games, and then you got Valheim is a Viking game. It's more sort of like mythical, magical sort of stuff. So between those three games, you've got three different survival games, which are completely different, which would give you a good choice of what maybe angle you want to go for, or what you'd like the most. That's why I like those three.
It's good to know because, again, completely not lying, I am a complete noob, so it's good also for anyone who's watching that may not perhaps be as familiar with it, or may have tried one and wants to dip their feet into the rest.
That's it. See, it's like Atlas is again another survival game, but that becomes too political. So I wouldn't advise that to somebody who wants to get into it. Because again, you tame animals, you build up a building, but it's more political, it's more aggressive. So I wouldn't advise that for somebody who wants to try survival on Atlas. It'd be too hard, I think.
Love that.
Fair point. That's like the advanced form.
Yeah.
I love your passion. I genuinely do, Steve. I love your passion for that genre. It's really good to see, and it's good that people. I understand what you mean, that you'd love to stream it, but they are very grindy games, aren't they?
Yeah,
they really are. So we're going back to what you said. It's
nobody wants to see you hit a rock for 3.5 hours just to say you can build
exactly.
You know what I mean? So there's certain things you can't do. And with Ark, I've done all the PvP side of it, and it gets very disheartening when you log on and somebody's raided you while you're offline and have killed all your dinos, destroyed the whole of your base, and you got nothing left. It's like,
I think I'd just die with that.
You've been to it. You've come home from work and you found a 10-year-old who's left a sign out your fucked up building saying, "I fucked your mum." Speaking from experience,
you know what? My lad did that once to a team. My lad, when my lad was about 11, he said, "Dad, can I play on your dinosaur game?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." But I didn't realize he went on to a PvP server, and he wrote in the chat hello, and everyone was like, "F you and F this," and he's only 11. I was just like, "Oh shit!" You know, it really upset him. But this group turned around and said, "Oh, we'll take him," and they used him as a skivvy. So at 11 years old, he earned their trust, right? And one of them, he asked if he could take a dinosaur. He goes, "Well, the only reckon that you take that dino out is if I up your place within the game, so he could open doors and certain doors and get into everything." And he's like, "Yeah, I'll just go out and I'll farm all this for you." And he's like, "Yeah, sure, yeah, okay." So this guy made him an admin by mistake, and my boy literally opened all their doors, typed in the chat, "Come and take everything," and unclaimed all of their animals and completely wiped their base in a matter of an hour.
Oh my
And he
god!
was 11 years old.
Amazing.
He was 11 years old, and he turned around and said, "That'll be the last time somebody has a go at me on this game." And I was just like, "Shake my hand, son." I said, to him, "It's a really dick thing to do, but well done."
I have to tell you off because I'm a parent, but I'm so proud of you.
Exactly. But this one guy, it's the guy who made him an admin by mistake, and he literally just unclaimed all their dinosaurs, and people just come in and took the lot.
I love it.
He just left all their doors open, so they literally wiped that tribe.
That's
and he left the server after
that. Luna, is there anything you want to ask?
Yeah, what is your go-to chill game? Is it Ark or is it something else?
There's so many. I have different mood swings. It depends. Sometimes I do like Call of Duty, but I'm not very good at it. I'm the meat shield. But two other mates, they're the good players. I'm the one who runs out like Leroy Jenkins, you know. Yeah, see, you got it. That's me. I'm the one who runs around like a headless chicken, gets shot, gets killed, wonders why, and everybody else goes and wipes them. So my team, so that's pretty good. So I'm the gulag
distraction.
Yeah, I'm the distraction.
I can relate to that, mate. Don't you worry. I can relate to that.
But it all depends. At the moment, I'm really loving Hunt Showdown. You know, I'm really loving it, but I suck at it, man. So bad. Absolutely, it's a really hard game because it's all sneaking around. There's so much you got to do. You got to be careful of. But I'm really enjoying it. It's another it's a completely different game I've ever played, and I really like it. But it's just crap. I'm just crap. Oh no, I'm just crap at it.
I know what you mean.
But things like that sometimes I like learning. But I've got to admit, at the moment, my favourite game I've played has got to be Resident Evil. I played that the other day and it scared me so bad. Honestly.
And yeah, it still drew you in.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it, man. It's good. But trying to get into Red Dead Redemption as well. I like that. You know, played a lot of Elden Ring. You know, I play a lot of different games, man. It all depends what mood I'm in at the time. It depends how bad my day's been at work. Because my job is very stressful. I hate my job because it's so bloody stressful. It's so busy. There's too much work for me to handle on my own. So with my job, so I come home, I'm absolutely knackered. And that's like I said before. You know, I could have subs. I choose not to because I don't want to say unreliable, but I stream when I want to stream, and I feel if I had subscribers, I'd have to stream even when I don't want to, and I don't mean I'm a performance because I would. I'd probably be miserable, and there's days when I don't want to talk to people.
Mad respect for that, Steve. Absolutely mad respect. It's good that you're thinking of the bigger picture, and it's a lot of people don't do that. Some people have very tunnel vision, but it's really refreshing for you to hear someone actually see the bigger picture. Love what they're doing just as a hobby, take a break whenever they like and not feel obliged. It's really, really refreshing to hear, mate.
Yeah, and that's how I want it to be. I don't ever, you know what I mean, I don't think I'd ever would be a big streamer, but I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want that pressure. their job is so hard. I don't think people realize how hard streamers work. It's not just the streaming side of it. It's all the editing side of things they have to do as well. It's they put hours and hours of streaming live, and then when they're not live, they're editing stuff. You know, so, and I don't think people realize how much work, and because it's not a constant pay check, unless obviously you are getting subscribers, but when you're starting out as a new person or a new streamer who wants to take up as a career, there's so much pressure because there's no guarantee that you're going to get anything. You know, I can go a month without a single star sent to me, but then the following month I could have thousands of stars. You know, this month was 150 quid paid by all the people who support me. So, you know,
that's really nice.
And on top of that, I think more often than not, it's also the pressure of networking as well, because a lot of streamers will do networking. Is that something you've done yourself? Do you network?
Networking, which way? What do you mean, like TikTok and things like that?
No, but as in going into other people's streams and supporting other people, that sort of thing.
Now, I with my stream, I don't know if you notice on any Facebook streamers, it says do not self promote and all that lot. I don't believe in that. All right, I push for people to put, if anyone comes into my stream, please put a link to your stream in mine, because I will follow. I will find it and I will follow you. I do not mind people come in and talk about their own streams in my stream. And the only thing I don't do is co-streams, purely because of it's a bit of I did mention it before I come on about a certain streamer I fell out with and really messed me up and stopped me streaming for quite a long time because of what they did when I was trying to help them or try and do something nice. I got accused of something and it stopped me streaming for a long time. So I do not. If you do see me co-stream, it'd be very rarely you do. I've done it a couple of times, and when I finish my stream, I think, I wonder if they think that I'm using them.
Yeah,
and that plays on me, and so I don't use. I won't if I do play with another streamer. I generally sometimes I'm not actually streaming myself, and I just say just talk to me as Steve-O rather than OldmanGaming. But if somebody wants to come into my stream, I've got no problem with that at all. I will promote other streamers, but I don't want anyone promoting me because of what happened.
No, understand that, mate.
I kind of want to ask, but I have a feeling this is going to be one of those that you don't want to talk about. Like what happened with the other streamer.
I'm not going to mention any names, but is when I first started. The streamer was through COVID. I've been streaming for a little while. I had a few hundred followers. That's all. He was trying to make a business out of it, and he got more friendly with my mate who I streamed with at the time and somebody else, and then they invited me in. So I didn't ask to come in. And this particular streamer said to me one day, "Do you fancy playing zombies on Warzone on Warzone with me?" And I was like, "I suppose I can do. I said, if you want, you know." And we did, and we had a really good stream. So I messaged him after. I said, "Look, I know why you've chose your colours, because of it represents a certain thing that your son's going through." But I said, "I'm getting a merch sorted out," which was this merch. My camera's on reverse. I keep going this side, but it's not. And I said, "But look, I don't want to take any money for my merch, so I want to donate it to charity. So can I donate to your charity free of charge?" I said, "I don't want anything for it. I don't want mentioned. I just want, if I make any money from my merch, I want to give it to you for your charity." Right? Because I thought he was a really good guy, really liked the guy, and I trusted him. But what happened, partly my fault here, and I will put my hand up to that, was my merch was ready literally a few days after. So I did a post on my page. I had my colours one side and my logo, and I left the other colour, his colour, I left it blank because I wanted permission to use his logo.
Yeah.
There's a lot of streamers with the same colour, so you don't own the colour, but I can't just go taking someone's logo without their permission. Would you agree with that? And I tried to contact him saying, "Can I use your logo to put in this period?" But what my mistake was because I posted it half done, and he saw it, and he went, "Oh, you're using my sick child for your own personal gains," and that really hit me hard. And it wasn't what I'm about. And anyone who knows me knows I'm not like that. And I found that really a bit of a pill to swallow, and I've never really been able to stream with other streamers since. And I'm a member of, like, say Unity of Streamers. There's some bloody amazing guys in there and girls, and they've all asked me to game with them. And most of the time, I say I come up with an excuse why I don't. But some I have streamed with, but I've not. I've gamed with, but not streamed.
Yeah.
Purely because it just those words has made me feel that was I really using him? I don't think I was. I was offering to give him money from my merch. So how? And he invited me to his stream.
Yeah.
He invited me to. I didn't hunt him down or asked if I could game with him. I've not once did I do that. So how did he come up with that? That I was using him for.
Yeah.
And it
trying to be supportive, backfiring, isn't it?
It is, and and it really has left me in a situation. This has been like nearly 2 years ago now, and that's why after 2 years of streaming, I'm only on 600 followers. But it's because I've done it all myself. I've not relied on other streamers to co-stream, because that's how a lot of streamers get about. They co-stream with other streamers, their friends, and so on. And that's how you do it. That's how you build. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I've chosen to do it all myself.
No, that's fair enough. That's good.
Then that way I can look back and go, you know what? That 600 followers is me.
Yeah.
I've got to admit, quite a few of them are from Unity of Streamers, but that's a part of a group that we are of, and it's they are an amazing group, and they it literally uses Windows Messenger, and they even have meetup. I think I'm having a meetup with I don't know if anyone's heard of Pete Gaming. He's doing another one. He's originally from Australia, but he's going to London this year. I think me and 22, because 22, another streamer, he's literally my next door neighbour. So
22
Wow.
popped in earlier.
Yeah. He's my next door neighbour. So, and I think me and him are actually going to go to London and meet all the other streamers. So, it's not that I don't mingle with other streamers. I just don't want to. I feel like I'm using them now, all because of that one streamer has made me feel that way. And honestly, it takes a lot to offend me, man. And this is why I'm finding it so hard to get over. If it weren't for my mate Fabster, Rob Ray, he's like Fabster Games. He doesn't really stream. He just used to stream on Facebook and then put a link to mine to it, so just to help promote me. But he's I've known him he's one of my best mates. I've known him for years. If it wasn't for him supporting me and just saying, "Let's Steve, why aren't you streaming?" I was like, I can't, man. I don't feel like it. He just he said he's won. If you don't stream, you enjoy doing it. If you don't do it, then he's beat you, isn't he? So and I was just like,
yeah, he's right.
Yeah,
he is right.
He's right. So I got back into it, and then a few months ago, I had another break from streaming. Purely because work was just too much, and I was getting home from work stupid o'clock, and then streaming until stupid o'clock, and then getting up at stupid o'clock. This just wasn't enough time, so I had a break again. So technically, I haven't really streamed for 2 years.
No, you have. You've been active for 2 years.
OldmanGaming has been around for 2 years, but I haven't actually been streamed. I took about at least 6 months when me and his streaming fell out.
Right, we need to move this on, mate, because time is ticking. It
is going quick, isn't it?
It goes very quick, mate. We do at this stage, we do a quick fire questions, mate. So they should be quick and easy for you. Try not to overthink them. The co-hosts know what we're doing, so it's probably going to be multiple choice question or one or two answer, and you can just pick one. So they're really quick and easy. So just so we can cover some more track on this. So maybe we do these, mate. Taylor, you're going to start us off. Are you ready?
Right,
yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Right. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Takeaway or home cook?
Takeaway. No, home cook.
Oh.
No. Home cook, definitely.
Okay, tea or coffee?
Coffee. Hey, hoodie's ordered for me. Yeah, coffee.
Right.
So I'm coffee guy. Well, really rum, but coffee.
Whatever's closest.
Yeah.
Ark or Conan?
Oh, Ark.
Sweet or savoury?
Sweet.
Oh, I was going to say console or PC, but I'm pretty sure you said earlier you're only PC, right?
PC only. Yeah.
I gotcha. Well, I'll go with rum or cider.
Rum.
Silly question.
Rum. Where's the rum gone?
Oh, okay. RTX, hairy or shaved?
Oh, I don't know. Both, innit?
Oh,
Hairy. I'd say hairy. I'd love to have hair. I'd love to rub my hands through it again, I used to be called Jail Boy. That used to be my nickname.
Hot dog or burger?
Burger.
Pitch black or silence?
Silence. No, not silence. Pitch black, yeah. Because I like music and that, so I could just, Pitch black.
Right, yeah. Queen or Pink Floyd?
Oh, that's a tough one. Queen. Freddie.
Sonic or Mario?
None.
None of the above.
But Sonic, because I know it.
That's allowed.
Sonic, because I know it. All right.
Okay. Rock or country?
Rock.
I'm going to catch you out one day.
Animals or people?
Animals.
Yes.
Survival games or stealth games?
Survival.
TV or film?
Film.
Ooh, do you know what? You go next, Luna, because I'm out.
Okay, telepathy or telekinesis?
What?
Telepathy or telekinesis?
Telepathic?
Yeah.
Telepathic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Heroes or villains?
Villains.
Like, that's the obvious answer.
Yeah.
Batman or Superman?
Can I say Wonder Woman?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Teleportation or flight?
Teleportation, because it's freaking awesome, isn't it? Well, no,
Yeah.
no, I've ever done it, but done it on Ark. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I like to do teleporting.
Call of Duty or PUBG?
Call of Duty.
Luna, you go again.
Smartest person or richest
tonight.
person?
A what?
To be the smartest person or the richest person?
Smartest. You can get rich being smart.
Exactly.
Mhm.
That's-
Ghosts or
Good
zombies?
Zombies.
The Forest
Ghost
or
Skin.
Valheim?
Valheim. I got bored of the forest very quickly.
It was a bit,
Really?
yeah.
Save 100 strangers or one loved one?
Do I get the bonk the loved one? Yeah, I'll go with the loved one. Yeah, definitely. Got to go with a smile on my face, isn't it?
Oh, I love that. Okay, why Pinky's dead? I'm gonna ask one. Goat's cheese or goat's milk?
What's wrong with you?
That was from RTX
My
in the chat.
partner's question.
Technically,
Actually.
they're the same thing, but there's one's mouldy in it.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's been random
None.
stuff.
I would not eat that.
All right, here's one for you. I'm going to throw a spanner in the works now.
Got it.
Your wife or Wonder Woman?
Oh!
Oh,
She's gonna kill you.
It's so easy, right? There's an easy answer here.
The hesitation's far enough.
Ashley, you did say I could pass, didn't you?
Yeah.
Why?
You could have said,
Obviously.
my wife
my
is
wife.
Wonder Woman. That would have got you brownie points.
Yeah, that
Look,
would
you know
have
what I
been
mean? I've slept my wife. I don't. Gal Gadot could be actually bored in bed, couldn't she?
True.
That's one way.
I
Well,
mean,
look at it. I slept with a wife. I know what it's like, so it's all good.
Next, Luna, I think.
Morning bird or night owl?
I'm a night owl for sure.
I'm going to go with spiders or lizards.
Spiders, but tarantulas, not spiders. Tarantulas, not.
Big things that you know where they run off to.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, a sunny day or a rainy day?
Sunny. I can't stand rain.
I've got one to
19 on.
interject. Oh, sorry, Leon. I was going to interject here. Leon wants to get in on the bandwagon. He's
Oh,
asked
God.
boring or not.
What?
He's asked boring or not. I want to go. So I'm guessing the question is boring or not boring.
Not boring.
Okay. Night
Sorry,
in
Luna.
or night out?
What?
Night in, or would you like a night out?
Night in, because that means I'm gaming.
Ah.
Horror or comedy?
Comedy. Fucking hate horrors. Why do I play Resident Evil? Honestly, I screamed like a girl when I played that game the other night. I ain't afraid to admit it. I don't do horror. Especially kids. Who puts kids in horror films? What's that all about?
I'm
Some
with you on
really
that, mate.
sickos out there.
I'm with you on that one, mate.
Yeah, it's just
Right, yeah. Zayden's asked a good one. Suzuki or Yamaha?
Kawasaki. Sorry.
Whoa, mystery option C.
Okay. Skill or popularity?
I would rather have popularity, I think. Anyone who says they don't mind not being popular is lying. Everyone likes to be popular.
Would you rather be able to speak to animals or speak any language?
I would like to speak. Or did you say any language, like native to the
language.
planet Earth? Because then I'd say any language, because I'd like to know really what the Egyptians were up to. Because they were aliens, sure of it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Right, you got to. Well, I've got to. Oh, so I've got to nerd out for 2 minutes, right? You got the Egyptians, the Incas, and Mayans all drawing pictures of spaceships coming from the sky.
Yes.
Hello.
We're not the only ones here.
There you go.
Love that. I love that. Taylor, we've got another one in chat if you want to shout that one out.
Summer or winter?
Summer all day long. Can't stand the cold.
Pecked to death by chickens or suffocated by cats sitting on your face so you can't breathe. By RTX.
Hold on a minute. Chickens, a cock pecking me or a pussy suffocating me? Pussy suffocating me, for sure.
Yes, well played. Well played.
I love that.
Every time RTX comes up with one, I have this little moment of, oh God, what now?
Same, yeah.
To be fair, we've got another from by him, but it's long as hell, so I'm going to try. So bear with me here. Survive in the Arctic, living on water licked from an Eskimo's igloo,
All right.
or
Yeah,
survive in the desert, dodging aggressive spitting camels that yell your name before they spit. Why was the last bit necessary?
I think he's been on the drink, him.
I'm going to go with the camels. Yeah,
Camels.
definitely.
I'm
Yeah.
very surprised you even answered it.
Yeah, camels all day long. That means I'm known by somebody else or something else, you know. Popularity, there it comes up again. See?
Love that. Love
Camel
that.
knows my name. Anyway,
Hey,
yeah,
there's another one
exactly.
in chat.
Who don't like a good camel toe?
There we go.
Right. A romantic weekend away with the wife or a weekend gaming with the boys?
Game with the
Not trying to
boys.
get you in trouble.
Oh, look how quick that
Maybe
was.
I think someone's sleeping on the couch.
I've been married. I was on the couch last night, actually.
Weekend gaming with the lads.
Yeah. I was on the couch last night. I gave her a night off for my snoring. I'm a lovely guy. See, I'm caring, you know.
Love that.
But yeah,
love
but
that.
yeah,
Luna?
but yeah. Definitely
Nuts
game
or
with the
no
lads.
nuts?
Huh?
Nuts or no nuts?
Nuts or no nuts? What?
Nuts
Would
or
you
no
like to have
nuts?
nuts or no nuts?
Nuts or no nuts? Oh,
That's it. That's the
is
question.
it? Oh, I'd like to have my nuts, I suppose. Yeah.
I love 18 aspects, Lee. That's brilliant.
That really threw me, that one. Sorry.
I love that. Absolutely
This is
love
what I
that.
love. Between Luna and RTX, they come up with some random ones, and I love it because you always have that moment of, what the actual fuck?
But if you're talking about in the face, then obviously no nuts.
I didn't say anything. So that was
Okay.
Oh, I love it.
In honor of our missing co-host, arse or tits?
Tits.
Love
Would you
it.
want a motorboat and arse?
Oh, I
saying.
love it.
That's been the best answer to that ever.
Taylor, Mama's got one in chat.
Yeah, beach or the mountains?
I'm gonna say, oh god, I like both. I would say if I'm in a bit of like beach, fuck it, yeah, beach.
I can hear your brain ticking with that one.
Yeah, I can bury a body at the beach.
Savings above the random.
Oh.
Sorry, what's that? Bob the
Savings
random.
above the random.
There's only one right answer here.
They're both
There's only one right answer. Come on, Steve.
There's Sadin. Right, no, Bob.
Oh,
Sadin. Bob. Sadin. Sadin,
you
Bob.
should have said both. You should have said both.
I did several times.
I mean, technically speaking, he did. We're gonna have to play this back to Bob and say, "Oi, look at this!" Just dub him in it.
I love them both. They're amazing guys.
They are brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm going to use Vicky's here. Water fight or a snowball fight?
Snowball fight. They're way fun. Even though I don't like the cold, but snowball fights hurt. So you know.
Can I hurt someone with this? Then that one.
That one, yes.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs. I'm allergic to cats. Cats are evil.
Would you rather save or spend?
Spend.
Oh, I'm going with Vicky's because that's evil.
Oh,
Forget all of your loved ones, or all of your loved ones forget you.
Oh, that's a good one, isn't it?
That's brilliant.
Forget all my loved ones purely because I'm going gaming and it wouldn't bother me.
I'm gonna go with RTXs because this is somewhat permanent ball sack burn by riding a motorbike too hard, or accidentally super gluing your bum cheek shut, and if you separate, you rip your colon.
Oh my god!
You know what? I'd burn my balls on a bike. Because I'd still be smiling if I was on a bike.
Fair answer.
I love that.
Yeah.
I was going to ask this
Absolutely.
before. If you could have any animal and no money was an option, what animal would it be?
My dog back.
Oh,
Like that. I like that.
yeah.
Pinky, got any more? We are running out of time, guys.
I ran out. My brain's just gone, no, dog.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
No, not to worry.
That dog was amazing.
Cow attack or dino attack?
Huh?
Cow attack or dino attack? Just to
Dino
bring it back
attack.
from that one.
Dino.
Yeah.
Love it. So, guys, we are going to end the quick fire questions there. So, Steve, we have come to the part of the show where we're going to start looking to wrap it up, mate. Because I told you it flows by, mate. I told you it goes so quickly. Been an absolute pleasure, mate. What I would really love for you to do, mate, is for you to spend 5 minutes addressing us in your chat, where to find you, roughly what your schedule is. I know you only do it when you're feeling it, which is great. But roughly a rough idea when to find you, where to find you, a bit more about your merch. Yeah, it's all yours. The floor is yours.
Oh, it's quite simple, really. I'm on Facebook Gaming, OldmanGaming 72. If you really want to find me, I do try and stream nearly every night. Sometimes I don't know what I'm going to stream. It could be literally I set the stream up and I'm going to play COD tonight. Oh no, last minute, it'll be something else. But yeah, the merch is available. There was a link put up on here and it's also on my page. You can get, I done it again. It's because my fucking thing's on the wrong side. It's this side. It's merch. You can get beanie hats. You can get anything you like, cups. you name it. It's a local company, so it supports local people. I don't use all the ones on the big Facebook and that. Yeah, basically, I just stream when I can, and it all depends on my work at the end of the day. But yeah, if you want to come along, it's normally adult humour. You might guess that. I've been quite behaved. Actually, I have actually been quite behaved tonight. Actually, so
I was about to say you haven't managed to make me cry yet, so we're all good.
That's good. That's
come
right.
Close. Come close. Well, Steve, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate. Really, really have enjoyed this. It's been absolutely brilliant. Really, guys, if you haven't checked Steve out, please go to his channel. Give him a like, give him a follow, give him your time. And Steve, for me personally, mate, thank you so much. I always say this every time. Time is so valuable these days, and a massive thank you for giving up yours to be here with us today and tell your stories. It's been brilliant. Sadly, we're subjected to time as always, which is really frustrating because we can go on for ages, but we need to give everyone the same amount of time to keep it fair. So massive shout out to you, mate. I really do appreciate that. To my co-host,
appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much, mate. To you, Taylor, Luna, Pinky, thank you so much. And most of all, those in chat, you've made this absolutely hilarious and brilliant. Thank you for interacting, guys. It's been brilliant. Lovely to see some new faces, and thank you for coming to support Steve-O. I'm sure you've made him a bit more at ease by you guys coming along. So thank you so much, everybody. So we are back next week, and I will announce who the person is later on during the week. But the one thing I would like to plug, sorry to use this, Steve, I don't normally do this. We will have a mental health session coming up for this podcast. So something we've not done before. We want people to be able to use this platform to speak up and not suffer in silence. So watch this space. That is coming up. So we got that coming up. So we will be getting other streamers involved. So Steve, I will speak to you off stream for that, mate. So guys, thank you so much. And it's a goodbye from me. So goodbye, everybody. Steve,
thank you, everybody.
Say bye as well, guys. Thank you so much.
Cheers, guys. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for all your questions.
You guys. Brilliant.
Thanks,
everyone.